Oh, we're on as well. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our podcast today on Friday. I'm Sanchez from Dice, and with me, got my brother Youssef and my sister Clarice. You guys feel free to introduce yourself as we're about to enter the sharing session with you guys so that we can hear your experience during the pandemic with classes and all. Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm Youssef. I'm in game dev. I'm 22. Usually Sem 3, about to graduate. Nice being here.
Iris. I'm taking diploma in computing studies in my first year, STEM 3, and I'm 18 years old.
Okay, I think we heard from our two friends here. So I'm gonna jump into the questions now. Okay, I'm gonna say, how was first day at school? Here at university after online classes. I assume some of you started your classes online. How was the first day? Yeah. I didn't start online. I started physically for like 2 semesters, and then it transitioned for like 2 years. And after that, the first day when I went back, felt pretty normal, man. Just like seeing, old faces, old friends. It's yeah, wasn't that special, honestly. Oh, that's great, Clarice.
Very story. I started with online, so I had no idea who I was meeting or who I was in class with, except when I was in orientation. Not everyone was there. When I was having online classes, it was only for one semester, and the second semester it was hybrid, and I took the opportunity to come to campus to familiarize myself with the place. But when I'm here, no one wants to come. So I'm pretty much the only student, but I meet a lot of other different people while I was in the hybrid period. And when physical came, I did not expect the amount of people that were going to be there because the class was so big. I was so used to being the only one there. And now that the whole lab is full, it's a very different experience for me now. Okay. With time, you'll get to know a lot of people, I guess so. So, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when you used to have classes, are there any events you cherished, during those times? I mean, like online events? Yeah, online events, school, the university. My thing is like previously I didn't really like join events in general, so I couldn't really speak for it. But I'm sure some of them were, like I'm assuming Jingle Mingle games they were still being held online, so yeah. I'm sure some events were still memorable to some people, but not me. Not me, oh. Yeah. Feel sorry for you, man. Because I myself was just focused on classes and I'm out. I didn't actually stay for any events. But there was one that was talking, they had a talk about the rights that children have in divorce cases. So that was a very interesting change of pace for me to know things outside of my comfort zone.
Alright, so I hear you guys up with the fiscal. You were able to attend more events so that you can have fun. So I'm going to jump into another question. Like, what did you really enjoy in online learning? Did you guys enjoy? What did you really enjoy? What was it? I'll say that like a couple of that good, but like I love presenting sheet on exams and online. Right, so they're confessing now. um, yeah, and aside from that, you also set up your PC. You don't have to like keep carrying your laptop here. So yeah, say like that's the best online. All right.
I can agree with the first part. I understand
Uh,
no, the big advantage, yes, for me, it would also be transportation that is not there because I stay in Kapong, and I don't know if everyone knows the Kapong is kind of far. It takes about an hour to travel to come to campus and going to is another hour.
yes.
So without being the hustle and bustle and stress of making sure I catch shuttle, it was a lot easier for me to just be be in my bed. If it's an 8 a.m. class, I just come up from the top on my bed. Listen to the class and I go to sleep after.
Yeah, yes, it was another experience. Yeah, and also moving on, what were the challenges you faced with open learning? I'm pretty sure the road was ups and downs, you know.
I'll say the hardest part was just not having like constant human interaction. Just like in the lockdown forever, you don't meet your friends every day. You don't. It's harder to like meet new people. Harder to participate in events. Say that that's like the hardest part with online.
Oh, so do you have friends now?
Bro,
Right, Clarice, any challenge you faced?
When people who come to talk to me when they go to the DMs and they ask in Microsoft Teams like, what did they say? Yeah. I also did my best to listen and I just go through and discuss, but I still have no idea who you are. So I feel really bad that I don't know who I'm talking to. That was one challenge. The other challenge would be like, I don't know if I think this, but when the teacher talks so fast and sometimes the internet connection problem, do you ever get that?
just so
Oh, and then
dropping M&M's throughout the lecture.
Like the lecture had the internet connection.
Oh,
We're talking about something and it's a whole bunch.
yeah, it happens.
And there's like, what question do you want to?
Yeah. Yes. This was very annoying because like I keep telling them, oh, the mic is cutting off, oh, we can't hear you. And then they just repeat it again, and then it would cut off again.
I see. That's a problem. All right. Okay, what about how did you interact with the I assume like you were given group assignments and you know if you need help from other students with such certain topics you are not understanding, you get to interact with members. And assuming that you are going to texting someone for the first time, you've made like, yo, I'm Youssef. Yeah, I know you in the class. How did you get to interact with people?
Assignments. Because when you're paired with people, and if sometimes these are people you don't know, you have to kind of have to trust what they're doing, that they're doing their part, and you submit it on time. But the other interactions like would be um sorry, what was the question again?
It's fine, it's fine. Now repeat it like, how did you interact with people?
Oh,
With other students specifically, you know, for example, for your first semester whereby you had to form a group and you're saying all of you don't know each other. How did you get to interact to engage with the people, with the
okay.
students?
So for computing studies, because there's not many girls, I only there was me and two other girls, and so that was kind of clear. Like, okay, there's 30 of them, yeah, so it's kind of big. But we are now pairing with different semesters. But for my semester itself, there's only 3 girls, so we just look from afar. We all know, like, okay, it's just us. So yeah, that's how it was quite good. We did like talk with the other boys or the only other people in the car, and it was quite okay. They're just open communication, and that's the best thing.
For me, like I said, I started my 2 semesters physically, so I would random met everyone in a way before transitioning to online. So interactions were pretty much it's either like group assignments, people ask questions during class, or just playing games together. That's pretty much it.
Okay, I see. So you, yeah, it was smooth, you know. So assuming that you know, doing online and you know lecturers were not there like to monitor you, how did you guys have the focus? How did you motivate yourself to keep on studying? You know, because lessons were online and we did not have lecturers near us in the library. You know, you're in your home, you have got everything. I mean, the environment actually wasn't really conducive for our studies. How did you guys find motivation to say, I'm now pursuing my degree, no matter what, in this pandemic?
For me, like learning game dev is something that I wanted to do on my own. So I've pretty much like been following just like my own learning routine in a way. So not having like lectures just constantly advising me on something I was already pretty used to.
So you're saying it was an advantage for you because you actually prefer working alone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like then you can just focus on your own progress and improve at your own pace.
Yeah, got a lone wolf here. All right. Right. What about you, Clarice?
Because yeah, I put the money into it. It's a big investment, and I do want to make the most out of it. So we have to kind of bombard lectures with questions, and even if it's going to be convenient time, if you want to know something, kind of like
Well, it's like I'm not shy with
if you have no time. But to stay motivated, I do want to be financially stable. So it is something that I want to be independent and as well keep learning because this isn't just the only place I'm going to learn. I'm still going to learn when I'm in the workforce, anything down the line, possibly. So it's all just a really big learning experience for me. That's what's keeping me motivated to study.
Okay, on that issue, like, so we are saying you had no choice but to accept the change. How did you adapt to the online thing whereby you wake up and take a bath and you sit by your desk, maybe near your bed, and you're saying I'm in class now? How did you guys adapt?
I'll say like pretty much for me, I've always had a routine where I wake up, work for 6 hours, and then play for the rest of the day. So like university or not, that routine doesn't change.
All right.
No, actually,
Hours a day, just like that grind culture.
because like the work-life balance, I think will definitely change here. 6 hours a day playing.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's the stress that comes along with it because maybe it's that I'm graduated from school, so then I'm being put into university life so that they
Yeah, for you, actually, it was kind of worse. I mean, you're coming from high school and you're going into university and you're starting it online. Like, oh.
you just do it.
And the good thing is, the good thing is, your physical classes here. That's good. So, yeah, I gotta say, like, you guys, you actually experience the real online learning. What do you feel like we have to improve on online thing? I'm pretty sure there's always kind of improvements. And don't worry, you can go out. Even you can tell us something which is not applicable. What do you think we need to improve on this thing? Because we never know.
Guys mentioned before about like internet connections so that lectures don't cut off, like mic quality. That's pretty important. Uh, Honestly, there isn't that much. I think like the university like handled the whole online transition pretty well. Lectures were on time, classes being given, material being shared, pretty easy. So yeah.
I can agree with what you said. The only thing that was a little bit stressful when I had the online learning was I can't speak for everyone, but based on my schedule that I had, just trying to remember it properly. Now I've had like 3 classes in a day, so that felt a bit cramped in that sense. So because like there was very little time to run down the stairs, make my breakfast, and then come back up, and then get ready for the next class. So if everything happening as well, you're doing chores, helping out with your parents as well. So with that all being said, then when you have to come back to class, it's very distracted as well.
Okay, this one I'm gonna need some bit of honesty here. What did you really hate about online learning? And I know you used to talk with your peers. What are those things which you used to hate about online learning?
It's just a scam.
The scare.
Maybe for me, if you're not properly rested or you're doing assignment and the next day you start everything again, you just feel jaded because you're just sitting right in front of the screen.
How's that different from physical class? Oh.
For me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's more or less just the lack of human interaction. That's
But I think it seems like we suffered the same. So yeah, I'm gonna say like, from your point of view, I'm gonna ask like, Which one do you prefer the most, like online to physical? Which one you say, yeah, this one I can live with it. That's my prefer.
For me, I would say physical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go for physical. Okay, so what's about physical? I mean, like, how is it? How are you finding it physical? Yeah, here at the campus. How is it? How is the experience here?
Even though I have to come really far every single morning, waking up 6 a.m. just to come to campus, it I would say it's worth it because you're not just going for the lessons, you're also getting to see the lectures, and if you need any help, you can get the help immediately, right? And you're also meeting a lot of new people, like you guys today. So that because you're in the right mind, then yeah, you're come to campus to study, and that's all you do. So you just focus on that. That's the major.
Yep. For me also, like once classes transition to physical again, I'll pretty much only have like two classes in one day, and that's it for like all of my semesters. So I'll only be going to campus for like one day, so it doesn't feel that different from online classes, honestly. Like yeah, that one day of seeing people is kind of nice.
Yeah, it brought happiness to you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna. What can you really say about online? Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, we're gonna go to 5 minutes break. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after our 5 minutes break, and here we are to continue with Clarice and Youssef. So I'm gonna jump into where I left. So you guys gonna tell me how can we improve open learning from your own perspectives? How best can we improve this thing? Because you never know. Maybe you are gonna have online classes again, you know. It might be. You never know.
I hope that we don't have to go back to online learning. But to improve, maybe what could have been done differently in the past. Not to have too many classes in one day, because I experienced that, and at the end of the day, yes, you would feel tired and not knowing how to like bounce back and that to prepare for the next day. Then you must feel a little bit. And I was going to go because of all of that. Yeah. And internet connection. Sorry.
Yeah. That's just my issue, like the hardware issues, Wi-Fi, mics. These are my biggest issues with it.
You said to have few classes. How many classes will it be perfect for online classes, for online learning? How many hours per day? True, it must. Do you?
It's like 9 hours.
Oh, okay. 3 hours, 6 hours. This is 2 hours.
Oh,
But do you really think it's practical for you to have 2 hours of your day? A day is 24 hours, and you're just removing dedicating 2 hours to your own degree, and you say it's enough.
Now I also have external commitments as well.
Because remember, we are saying a degree is 3 years in a year in Malaysia, and a diploma it's minimum of 3 years. And assuming now you're now having 2 hours per day, that means you are going to finish your degree. You're going to take 8 years doing that degree, or less, maybe if you're smart. How can you go around it? Okay, maybe 8 years are exaggerated, but we are saying it's 3 years. Maybe it will take 5 hours, 6 years.
I think like a small like just spread them around the day better, around the week. Because I kind of like it's probably like I have 3 classes one day and then 1 class is another day.
Oh.
So you don't want the situation whereby you have classes on Monday and then you break on Tuesday and then you start again. You just want to have at least even number hours Monday to Friday. How about your weekends? Would you mind donating some of your precious time on weekend to those classes? If there is need, would you?
It's just maybe just the pacing, like what you mentioned, not having them like one after the other, because how are you gonna have time to at least make something for yourself and process everything that you just had in the previous class, make sure you have all the notes down. So you're gonna get all of that out of the way before preparing for the next, and then here you are, everything is jumbled. Then at the end of the day, it's still a mess.
All right. I hear you. I think when it comes to internet connection, the country will do something about it, and definitely, or you guys, you can come up with our innovative ideas to improve our network.
Game development, not engineering. So
You gotta keep open-minded. But anyways, so what do you really like prefer? As for me, online classes, I liked it because I used to do my lessons without taking any bath. If my lesson starting at 8, I would wake up at 7:55. Then boom, I'm already in class. And for when it comes to breaks, I used to just have my own break anytime, even the lecturer is teaching. I just eat my supper, my lunch.
yeah, just close the laptop.
You don't have to close it actually. You don't have to close it actually. You just open it and start sitting. Yeah, that's what I liked online as well. But at the same time, I always preferred physical. Physical, you get to experience the university life. You get to meet people, and as for me, I'm from Africa. I get to meet people from other countries as well, and get to experience the Malaysian culture. That's how I realized you guys, the Malaysians, they are really into food, which is something I did not know about. I still remember my first day here. I was like, when you're trying to greet someone, like, yo, hi, have you eaten? Have you eaten? I was like, hey, do you wanna buy me lunch? Why? But then I realized, no, it's part of their culture. They gotta ask like, or have you eaten? You start with food. You've got your own saying whereby we start with food and then everything follows, right? But as for me, I actually prefer physical classes. I'm actually having fun here. So you guys, I wanna hear, what do you actually prefer? I prefer physicals.
Yeah, I'll say I prefer physical too. Like staying cooped up in your room forever for like 2 years starts to wear you down pretty quickly. So like having that like obligation to come to campus, meet people, hang out with friends, it's pretty important, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much second the whole motion just to kind of feel all clear. But I may be stepping out of line here. But I have a question for you, for Sanchez, because when you have passed the gate, can you actually follow?
Yeah, it was difficult. For me, I gotta say, at first, I started doing my degree back in Zimbabwe, and it's 6 hour difference with Malaysian time. And I used to have my classes around 2 a.m. It was 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It used to be hard, to be
Yeah.
honest. That's the classes whereby I was forced like to take a court, but for me to be awake. But not every day I would do that. But it was really difficult, but I kept pushing stuff. But actually, you will focus.
How many semesters did you spend alone?
I only did one semester, my first semester, and to be honest, I'll tell you, it was tough. I mean, I'm learning at University of Fololong, Malaysia, KD, but I'm in Zimbabwe. I'm doing it online. I never felt like I'm at uni. I just felt like I'm just some online.
Yes.
Yeah, true. But yeah, and then when I came here, yeah, my second and third semester were online, although my third semester was now hybrid. It was now better because the time was normal. I had lessons normal time, 8 a.m. to 2 p. 8 a.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. It was now normal. It was actually better. And now physicals, now I'm actually enjoying it. And during the pandemic, the classes, the rise of students who were depressed and all. I just wanna like, were you one of them? Were you one of the victims of that thing? I mean, I don't want to dive into that topic thing. It's a bit sensitive, but have you encountered it? Like,
Yeah,
by,
those 2 years online classes were pretty tough for me. Um, like I said, like the lack of just seeing people on a daily basis does get you eventually. Especially like if you're living alone here, because unlike most, students who are already in Malaysia, they're probably back with their parents during online classes. But like I was in Malaysia and I didn't have my parents, so just like completely alone. So like yeah, it was pretty tough.
hmm. All right, Clarice, I can see you've got some.
And I apologize to all those who had because it's not easy to go through. And yes, there was some that they come up to me who want to honestly want to talk to in that sense. Um, but thankfully, because some of the online classes they started at 10, so I had the opportunity to like actually go out of my house quickly and do some exercise.
Where's the secret?
Oh,
We still do our round, and at least from that, there is a sense of routine that we had. So it was not too bad for me. So yeah, I just put all this out there. Hope it gets better.
you know what? I see. Yeah, I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only victim. Yeah, but I'll move on. Like, assuming that this pandemic started, or like it just happened. It just started. Like, we're not expecting it. We're not anticipating it. Do you think like the school did a great job? Because there were two options. There were two options. One was to wait for the world disease to end, like just freeze our lives. We're not going to school, not continue, just staying homes. So, and then the other option was like to to do something, to find a way to continue with our lives, to find our new normal. Do you
Obviously, like just get out, get sick.
No, no, not really, not really. Like that's why we have to adjust. Like if you see the school, we're now online, and shops, some of them they were online. A lot of online business started during the pandemic, and they actually bloomed. You can see the profits. They are going well because people were on the way were in their homes. At the same time, so do you think like the school did a good job to adapt to this learning?
I'll say in terms of like giving the education that they should give, I'll say yeah. Like classes were pretty similar to physical ones, just purely in terms of like the material being given, how accessible it was, how available lectures were for consultation, that kind of thing. Um, did adapt well. I don't know, like in other terms, like maybe if you want to talk about finance, then maybe not really. Because even though like we weren't going to campus, none of the facilities were being used, we're still like paying the exact same amount. So maybe they could have
Yeah.
like changed that a bit. I don't know, man.
Okay, okay, that goes to certain institutes. All right.
I can agree with the points that Yusuf made. In terms of material, good. The consultation, even at 5 a.m., kind of surprised them was good that they would be available for that. And the fact that we have a routine rather than freezing up our lives entirely, that would be a lot better because feeling depressed, it does come from if you have no routine, there's nothing you can look forward to. It's a bit difficult to get out of that. So by creating that environment for you to have a routine and to do something, then in a sense, yes, it can start. Yeah.
Okay, there was like four assignments. You guys, they were online assignments whereby you used to do an online assignment. You set up a group on Discord or on WhatsApp, and then you do your assignment online. And now with physical, gotta do like a physical presentation whereby some of you have to wear like formal way to do presentations. How are you finding out? How are you finding the transition?
Presentations. And like I'll always be glad whenever we have presentations coming up and I'll just be like you can just record that video in your room. You can edit it however you want, you can retake everything. Because otherwise it'd be like a live presentation. You have to get up on stage, speak to like judges or people, I don't know, and then any mistakes you made out there forever. So yeah.
But actually, I prefer physical. Physical it is an up advantage. But if you make a mistake during presentation, you continue. Whereas online, if you're recording a video, if you make a mistake, you actually have to repeat the whole video. You start over again.
You can just edit it out. You don't have to like repeat the whole
I mean,
thing.
at 10, I remember like a 10-minute video, right? We used to take about 2 hours preparing for the final thing. The whole thing, try and error until you come with the perfect thing. Whereas physical, if you make a mistake during presentation, you just move,
Just
go
not
on.
people. Then you like you
Yeah,
need to
and
rehearse beforehand a lot, don't you?
what? Come again?
Like you need to rehearse a lot beforehand when it's physical, but online you can just stop.
Actually, when you're preparing for a physical present, it's like you're going to read what you're going to present. It's like also studying. So when you present, you're like familiarizing with something, that's more like it. But just for me, I prefer physical presentations. They're actually interesting, standing in front of people, talking, just make you feel like you're the smartest person in the room. But and then what about you, Clarice?
I'm not the most hardworking student there. So I won't like have the time to sit down and edit. Which one? I mean, you can if you want to make it really perfect so that everything is. I don't know if everybody does this, but I prefer to just if I were to record it at home when I did my online classes and we had to submit online data, I would just do it one take and not think about it.
Nice.
So either way, physical or online, I still want to make it one take so I don't have to look back or think about it ever again because like okay, it's done. It's also similar. Maybe it's a bit of a flex, but 5 years doing MC, master of ceremony, you're very used to communicating.
Or just snap myself like in nice.
So it's just the confidence you have because you're comfortable with the people you can read. As long as you know what you're saying, you're fine. So with that, it's just making sure the preparation. But
Alright, I almost forget, like, online classes, we used to write exams on Google Forms and ExamNet, and then boom, all of a sudden it's now physical. Yeah, I've been hearing rumors that students are really failing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, really?
how are you finding it? Like, to be honest, well, because in online, I guess some of you were kind of going around the online thing, but now it's now physical. We are back into serious business. And how are you finding it with physical exams?
And to be fair, like in game dev, we don't have exams. It's just all assignments. So in that sense, physical and online actually matter. The exams that mattered were the MPU subjects. And all of my MPU subjects were online. So like that was perfect. I like never studied a single line of any MPU thing. Just get the exam, look up everything that's sitting done.
So you guys are saying you don't write physical, you don't write exams at all?
Game dev, no, we don't have a single exam.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. That's great. Oh, I will propose this idea to my. All right. How about you, Clarice?
the student that I speak for everyone, but to write code physically.
Wait, you tried good?
Yeah.
Bro, what? Wait, that's so long, man. Like, what?
Because I had ICT in high school, so I'm used to doing it. What I prefer doing it, I guess, if that is what is required, I will have to do my best. And sometimes the problem might be that I take into the outro it.
Go ahead, someone's right now.
Actually, when it comes to writing code physically, it still happens during job interviews. Actually,
You think?
it's the last time I received about it. You get into an interview and then there's just whiteboard desk, and then you start to. But yeah, there's still a room for improvement. I guess they are still improving on that. And I've got a question from a newbie who's saying, like, if there was gonna be an online again, in lockdown again, and we have to change our classes back into online, what advice would you give for someone who is like starting the online thing? Would you say stop, wait for the meantime until the whole phase is over, or say jump into it?
I do prefer routine. I don't like any excuses like lie on that. So I would continue. Like even if you are worried of the stress that you're getting, the amount of work that's being put on you for the first time, because university and high school is a very different amount of work, then you cannot just sit there on your own. You have to ask for someone to help. Even if you're really bored and very sad, it's okay because you have to start from something. That's the advice.
Also, man, but like whether I got this freeze the degree, wait until the pandemic is over and then continue.
You're not freezing your degree, you're just pausing your life. By I'm finishing my high level, my high school, Then I just take a gap year, and I wouldn't say a gap year, but I'll just say I'm waiting until the pandemic is over.
I would say it's definitely worth considering, honestly, like not only because of the pandemic thing, like just the idea of taking a gap year in general, to me sounds a bit smart because when you finish high school, like it's very rare to immediately know what you want to do right after school. So say like taking a year to just like figure things out in general sounds smart. As for like the whole pandemic thing, I would say it's definitely worth considering, like it's not what's it called, like deferring, like yeah, it's worth considering like deferring a couple of semesters during the pandemic. Because when it comes to education, like the things you're learning, the classes you're taking, they're nothing special, honestly, like all online. Because Like,
So are you advising our students to use YouTube only and then not class? Because when it's right university, it's not just about learning those core subjects. It's also about building your personal skills, whereby you get to meet people from different backgrounds, get to interact with those. Then it's also fun, molding you to be a good, better person than you are. Can you imagine whereby I'm just focused on one goal? Yes, I want to learn how to develop softwares. And yes, I can do it, but I don't know how to interact with people. I don't know how to present my softwares. I don't know.
yeah, that's the idea. So like if you like taking that, deferring, taking that gap here would enable you to like get back into physical things, build more like soft skills, if that's what they're called. Like grow as a person more than just like growing your skill set. So it's worth considering for sure.
I see. So, okay, I'll ask you personally, do you regret jumping into online thing? If there was an option to say to wait for a little bit, were you gonna take that option?
I probably would have taken it if I knew it was there. I honestly didn't know like you could just defer semester. Felt it like a foreign idea to me.
Okay, all right. How about you, Clarice?
Um, something I told one, but I guess we're here now.
I got started, but I actually
I did actually take a gap year.
okay.
What you said about growing as a person, it does work. So right after high school, I did take a gap year, but within that time, I was trying out some things. I tried to do selling some things, and I even took art IGCSE, which is a very time consuming, time intensive subject to take. So because of that, you do learn more about what you want to do. And I found that, yeah, I think computing is something that I also appreciate doing. So it ended up, I came here to take a gap year. Actually, not that bad.
There you go.
All right. You guys, you were into this whole messy thing, this new normal. How would you rate it overall, the whole online pandemic, learning during pandemic, doing online classes, and everything was just, I mean, it's just accelerated. I know we are gonna get there, but it had to accelerate to that point, like whereby we are now doing online class starting next month. How do you rate the whole experience out of 10 on a scale of 1
Like
out
the
of 10?
whole pandemic experience.
Yeah, the whole online during pandemic. How would you rate it?
And compared to like if it was physical.
Not even just the whole thing. Just like I say. I mean, considering the timing, like considering that no one was prepared for it, and we had to execute immediately. How would you rate like the how we coped up? The people who were responsible for setting up, coming up with an idea like this is what we are going to do. We are going to switch our classes from online, from physical to online. How the universities and other schools handle the online thing.
Like 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna give them. They did a great job.
His classes could start at 9. I mean, what have you? So yeah.
Okay, I see. Actually, you actually appreciate that the team did a good job. But anyways, I'm saying take enough with the online thing. I wanna hear your physical experiences here in the universities now. Anything you wanna improve on this university when it comes to physical?
Just give it a moment to see.
I don't know. It might be you might wanna add maybe an extra.
It's not. It will take a while to think like what can be improved on because we're just adjusting to this new normal.
Like that insurance.
Yeah.
Some insurance feel like that. This lab right there, like tiny chair, like back that was like half broken.
I see you guys are not chasing luxury.
All the chairs were on with the wheels, not the. You don't have to pull it out. It's a lot better if it had wheels. I don't know where they all went. I don't know what happened to them, but they all disappeared. I would want to add more to improve for physical because I take the shuttle. Do you guys take the shuttle? Okay. Because it's a whole other world when you're taking the shuttle.
Yeah, tell us about it. Huh?
It was good that they made some improvements in the past because I always finish classes at 4 p.m. and I had to rush downstairs to go at 4:15. And sometimes the band just comes up at 4:10 and 4:05 and leaves after that. And
Is it just class?
no, yeah, only one band.
I've never seen like this.
So, but luckily, recently they made changes, so they brought it to 4:30. Right, there's more time, so you can stay back a little bit to ask help from the lecturers. I've been doing that, and it has helped me improve a lot. But also, the only problem is because there are still some students who can't fit into the van. These are like this is not like this is a small van. It's not like a proper bus. We get there in the morning, but not in the evening.
So you're saying there's need for us to use a bigger bus or use two buses?
Because if you see the schedule, if you want to do a survey, you want to know who's taking when, I think it's a lot better to know and prepare for those days to at least get maybe two bands. Or even the six, I'm not sure if it's the six, the last bus. Basically the last bus get the last bus leaving from the OW get an actual bus, not a van. Because if everyone was trying to make it and keep missing it, they need to get the last one.
Okay, I saw you encountered a problem. What did you do about it?
Oh,
Yeah. So that was your solution.
it was
Sometimes it's your solution and you're not yet satisfied. You feel like there's a proper solution, right? Okay. Okay, as for me, what I would advise you if you encounter that problem, is school we have got certain people, responsible people we can report anything to. I'm pretty sure they are considerate because that bus is for us students, for us to use, and we are all supposed to use it in the same way. That means I feel like it's also your responsibility to go to those people. We have got the SAC in the school. They will hear your concern, and they will try to fix it. And
yes, there have been people.
remember, it's a friendly environment whereby you can come and have a chit chat, tell us yes, the school bus, we feel like we want more trips or we want two buses. I'm pretty sure the reason why they are not fixing it, it maybe they don't know the problem. They don't even know that. They think maybe they are.
One is that issue.
Yeah, because at least if you take the meter to the right channels, right, you will save money for Grab. Maybe you can have me for lunch. uh,
The point is, yes, in the past, I have spoken, and there are others who have really spoken out on the changes, and that's why we have the changes we have now. Is it the best changes so far? There's still
okay. You consider, and then someone is asking, like, have you ever made any online friend?
You met an online friend?
Have you ever met online friend?
Like made a friend with like.
Yeah.
and then
And then you're still a friend at the moment.
So met someone online and then met physically.
Yeah.
True.
I used to for friend with that person.
Acquaintances.
Oh. So you was never a friend.
I think everyone like I was friends with because I was just like already met physically beforehand. So no, I never like initially met someone online and then met physically and stayed close.
Mm. How about you? Any online friend you are still talking to right now?
I didn't start my semester physically, and then it went to online. It was all online at first. So initially, yeah, I don't know who I was talking to. But then you actually see them for the exam, and you see the face and the names, like, oh, that's them. And
But why? But why? So you send each other photos, yo, you take a selfie, yo, yeah, Sanchez, you can send yours.
Girl,
At least he's not a stranger. You know that you're in the same class every day. You do assignments together.
Yeah, you're not like presenting.
Hmm.
because yeah, you don't have the actual interaction to say hi.
Everyone was curious. You wanna know what is that person? How does it look like? You
Well, technically, because when we have the exam, then you're seeing everyone, and then you're reading the names, like, oh, that's him. Or that's actually your friend. Like, this is the person I've been working on assignment for the entire semester. And then when you come physically, it doesn't feel so hard to make new friends because you kind of know each other. It's just maybe getting used to their body language, the way they talk, how they speak. Because when you're messaging, it's a very different story. So, it's not so unfamiliar.
yeah. I conquer you though. Yeah, so we now about to come to an end to our podcast. So I just wanna hear you guys. What do you see yourself after a year in this university? Which skills do you wanna gain here? And
What skills have I gained?
what have you gained and which more skills are you looking to gain?
Okay, I'm already done that. So like, you know.
Oh yeah, for you it seems like you're now polishing up those things.
Yeah.
If you really what have you gained? I know you are now a different person from the person you were the first semester, and now you become a better person. Which skills have you gained so far?
I mean, technical skills, I wouldn't bore you with the details, but like just getting better at game art in general is definitely part of why I'm here, what I'm learning for. Um, Aside from that, like the social aspect of it, just getting better at like interacting with other people, meeting new people, making friends, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And you're from Egypt. You have made friends from different countries, I guess. That's great. How about you, Clarice?
Feel that I've gained here definitely having to manage my time a lot more because it's very constricted for me. It's 2 hours out of my day in the morning and in the evening, traveling. And I have to then sit down to do my assignment. So I have no time in between. Say for free time, I'm a very boring person. If you look at it that way. Um, definitely time managing as well as having to oversee assignments because again I have external commitments. So I'm having to balance and juggle between these two things at the same time for me. So yeah, just it can really get better from here. A bit of slip sometimes here and there. Thankfully there is a for me to land on and I can stay through.
No, so you're not experiencing life. Oh, that's great. So this one, is there anything you wanna share to our listeners? I mean, you gotta share, you gotta tell them something, anything, words of wisdom, courage,
Yeah, if I'm talking to like more like SCCM students, game dev students, which I assume a lot of them are like a bit too introverted, I would say. My piece of advice would be like try to get out of that bubble a bit, try to learn how to talk to people, learn how to make friends, join events, join clubs. Um, it doesn't have to be like immediately you're like the most charming person in the world all of a sudden, but like start trying to get